All right, guys, so today let's talk a little bit more about like a body transformation in terms of the best workouts to use. Okay. And I was like, got the idea to do this video because somebody asked, like, do you have to, go on a low carb diet to like completely transform your body? And of course, I said, like, no, you do not. Okay, like any diet, okay, any decent diet will work for whatever purpose it was created for. So there are other diets out there that will help you, lose fat, build muscle, or whatever that aren't necessarily low carb. Okay, I have reasons for the types of diets I use, for the types of transformations I personally do. Okay, and there are reasons why they just tend to be low carb or like very low carb, like zero carb. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you have to do that. Now, anticipating the similar question in terms of workouts, I wanted to talk about the different kinds of workouts you can do to do a body transformation. Okay, and just real quick for the people that didn't see the last couple of videos, a body transformation, okay, is something where a person looks at you who hasn't seen you in like 6 months and he says, "What the fuck happened to you?" Or, that is like a transformation where you're just completely changed. And the three types of transformations tend to be a person who's got a little bit of muscle but a lot of fat, loses the fat, and you could see the muscle. He's lean and defined and very muscular. A person who's skinny, doesn't have a lot of fat, puts on a lot of muscle without getting fat. So he's still pretty lean, but he's just a lot bigger and a lot stronger, a lot more powerful. And the third kind is the rarest kind. That's a person who's already in shape. He's not skinny, he's not fat, but he just slowly gets leaner and slowly gets muscular over a longer period of time. That's the rarest, because it's the least dramatic, because you're already in good shape. You just get in excellent shape. And, like I said, most people have one shortcoming, okay? Most people aren't already in good shape. Most people are either fat or skinny, okay? But anyway, let's talk about the workouts you can do, because I'm anticipating the kind of question like, do you have to do high intensity cardio, okay? Do you have to do HIIT cardio? Do you have to lift heavy, body weight calisthenics? Do you have to train hard? Do you have to do ab training? Okay, I'm anticipating these kinds of questions. And the answer is in two phases, okay? One, no, you do not have to work out hard to completely transform your appearance. Number two, there's a caveat. If you're not concerned with being a bitch, okay? And let me go ahead and get into this. When I did my very first transformation, okay, I cut way over 30 pounds in just under 4 months. And I did it by doing high intensity cardio, just doing like 10 reps of plyometrics, taking a short break, 10 reps of plyometrics, taking a short break. Whether it was like explosive push-ups, I did 4 different variations, 4 different variations of jumps, burpees, jump rope intervals. I just killed it, and then took a short break and killed it. And my heart rate was just going way up, and then I was training my body to drop the heart rate in a short time, and then killing it, heart rate goes up, and training my body to recover in a short amount of time. And like I said, I wanted to look like Rain, the actor in the movie Ninja Assassin. And I did it not by saying I want to look like him. How can I do a bodybuilding type workout and a Weight Watchers diet to make me look like this guy? Like, how do I train to become a fucking ninja, a fucking killer, a badass who could just chase a guy down, just sprint after somebody like a jungle cat, jump on top of him, like a nature scene, like when you see a lion or a tiger, just like chase after an animal, bite its neck open, and then just like rip it to pieces. That's like the kind of energy system I was training for. Now, you do not have to do that. I could just as easily have sat on my ass on the fucking sofa and counted my calories, okay? And I'm making a number up, okay? This has no application in real life, but this is just a math problem that we're using as an example. If you want to cut, 1,000 calories, okay? You can bust your ass and burn 750 calories a day by killing yourself in the gym and cut 250 calories from your diet, okay? And you'll have 1,000 calorie deficit. You can work out a little bit, maybe do like some, walking on a treadmill, walking on whatever, go for a walk and feed the ducks, jog a little bit, low impact, cardio, long, slow, steady state cardio, and burn 500 calories a day and cut 500 calories a day from your diet, and you'll have a 1,000 calorie a day diet deficit. You could also sit on your ass and just fucking cut 1,000 calories from your diet, and you'll still have 1,000 calorie a day deficit without moving your ass 1 inch. Now the difference is the person who sits on his ass, okay, and counts calories, and that's how he gets lean, compared to the guy who does a little bit of walking, or a little bit of like walking on the treadmill or the step mill or something like that, compared to the guy who kills himself and does like extremely difficult, high intensity explosive cardio, there's gonna be a world of difference. Okay, first of all, the person who trains his ass off like I did is somebody who just wants, he wants to be it. He doesn't want to look in shape. He wants to be in shape. I'm in shape because I look in shape because I am in shape. That was my mentality. Okay. The other guys are like, well, I just want to look in shape. And this brings me all the way back to when I was in the Army in Texas. I knew a guy from California who had a little 4-cylinder pickup truck, and he wanted to have it raised, put tires on and have it all jacked up. And I'm like, why do you want to do that? Oh, so it looks like a 4x4. He wanted his little 4-cylinder piece of shit fucking pickup truck to look like a big, powerful 500-cylinder, fucking 4x4 monster truck. But it was just a little piece of shit. It had nothing behind it. But he could drive down the street and it would look, wow, he's got a 4x4. That's so cute. But he had nothing behind it, okay? He had no power. And that's like the same thing that I think when I see somebody counting calories or doing like a little bullshit workout, burning a few calories on the step mill or something like that, instead of really killing it, okay? Like I said, I wanted to like be in insanely awesome shape, and obviously by being in insanely awesome shape and dieting, I got in insanely awesome shape, okay? It was just a byproduct of the training. First of all. Second, like, think about the mentality. Like, I wanted to be a fucking killer, when I was doing this transformation, okay? So I was willing to put myself through hell to do that. Okay, now somebody else who's like, well, I'd rather just walk a little bit on the treadmill and listen to like fucking CNN or, listen to fucking a podcast and just kind of enjoy my life. Okay, compare that to somebody who sits on his sofa and fucking just counts his calories and doesn't do any cardio. Okay, who is stronger mentally? Okay, like who would you rather have watching your watching your back if you're like in a you walk down the street and there's a chance you're gonna get jumped, like there's maybe a street fight, who does your wife want to have protecting her? Okay, who would you trust your kids with? Somebody who's scared to fucking do cardio, somebody who does cardio in the most comfortable way possible, or somebody who fucking punishes himself in the gym to make himself into a fucking machine? Okay, not just the fact that somebody who does explosive hardcore cardio obviously has the energy systems to just, throw blows with like, not breathing, completely anaerobic, just sprinting, knocking a person down and just continuing to hit him without pause because he trains that energy system, not just physically, but also mentally. Like somebody who wants to train hard, okay? Imagine what that person is going to bring into every area of his life, Do you want somebody in a relationship who just fucks off and fucking does as little as possible? Do you want somebody in a relationship who, like, yeah, I'm going to kind of walk a little bit on the treadmill, but I'm not really going to work out too hard. I'd rather diet more. Or do you want somebody who's willing to fucking just bust his ass and go 100%, okay? Business situations, relationships, fucking self-defense situations, fucking, like I said, who would you trust? Somebody who's got that mental strength and builds up that mental strength by getting his ass up early, going to the gym and fucking killing it when he doesn't have to, or somebody who's going to just do the easiest shit possible. Same thing goes for the second time, that I transformed my body, where I put on a whole lot of muscle after I got lean. I didn't want to look strong. I wanted to really be strong. I remember when I was a kid, I was watching, it was like back before YouTube, They're wearing a whole lot of like workout things on TV. There were a bunch of, for like, mostly for like women and housewives and stuff, and and aerobics. But I think it was like Flex Magazine got on like ESPN or something like that. Something like that. And I remember watching a workout. There was this guy, he was big, and I was like, wow, that guy's huge. That guy's really muscular, really powerful. He did sets of like 9 dips. He would just get up and do like 9 dips with no extra weight. The person's doing the commentary is like, yes, he doesn't need to have any extra weight, especially when he weighs like 250 pounds. Who gives a motherfuck? What's the point of weighing 250 pounds if you can barely lift yourself up? I was like, that guy's a fucking pussy. When I was in like high school, I was like, that guy's a fucking pussy. Seriously? What's the point? I was crushed. I was like, what's the point to looking so strong if you can't even do that, So, that's like, always been like what I've been looking for, okay? So like, everything that I do when I get strong is like, I do dips with a lot of added weight. I do pull-ups with added weight. I do squats, which is, knee bends. It's a body weight exercise with added weight. Okay, for a long time, I was doing pistol squats. I don't do them anymore, but I was doing pistol squats with up to 100 pounds extra weight. Okay, trap bar deadlifts. A lot of people say it's a weightlifting exercise. All I'm doing is bending down and standing up again, okay, with weight. So I'm basically moving my body throughout space the whole time. I understand that this is like my whole thing is always moving my body through space, okay? So I don't want to just look strong, okay? Now, I understand there are people that want to have like this barbarian look where they're just like big and powerful. Fucking train like a strong man, dude. Train like a strong man. Do a lot of heavy deadlift. Do a lot of heavy squats. Maybe bench and do power cleans and stuff like that. But just spend a lot of time, like, just pick up a huge, heavy, several 100-pound sandbag and like a bear hug and just like walk with it. Walk with it. Walk up and down stairs. Walk up and down hills. Walk around a track with it. Okay. Throw it up on your shoulder. When you're tired, put it down. Take a break. Put it up on the other shoulder. Do lunges with it. Okay. Push a car, do something like that. If you want to be just a big, powerful beast who can impose his will, then fucking train like it, Don't go ahead and just do like lateral raises to look cute. I mean, like I got some pretty big shoulders. People say I've got, powerful shoulders. All I do are like handstands and heavy ass dips. Heavy dips with heavy weight, okay? So I don't do like, I'm going to get 5-pound dumbbells and do like little lateral raises. Everything that I have is just because of me, like, optimizing my performance. So, like, yeah, is it possible for you to go ahead and, get abs without training your abs? Of course you can, Is it possible for you to get, abs without doing cardio? Of course you can. I mean, if you're lean enough, you'll see your stomach muscles, okay? And if you want them to be sharper, you can just do some crunches. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't train your abs, or if you just do a couple crunches and you get into a situation, like I said, you're in a fight, you're in a wrestling match or something like this, and you have to grab a guy, just like toss him around. If you don't actually use your abs, like I do, like standing ab rollouts. Okay, I never in my entire life have I seen a person in person do standing ab wheel rollouts. Okay, I do straight leg. Hanging leg raises all the way down, all the way up, toes to bar, legs straight, under control, no swinging, with 10-pound ankle weights. That means 20 pounds total on my legs, just straight leg. Now, when I go ahead and raise my knee to kick somebody with my knee, when I raise my knee to throw a front kick, there's a huge difference between that and somebody who just like diets down and has abs because he has no fat. Okay? Somebody who just does a little crunch. Okay, because they don't really use their hip flexors. I train the fuck out of my hip flexors. Yes, I know that crunches use your abs and other exercises use your abs and your hip flexors. I know that. I want to train my hip flexors. Your hip flexors are important. When I sprint, when I run, towards someone, okay, fucking you're here and I need to run over there to save your life, to pull you out of a fucking river or something, or, your kid's about to get kidnapped or bitten by a dog and I have to run over to save your kid. It's like fucking, every time that I stride forward, every time I raise my knee, my hip flexors, my abs, everything works together, okay, because I have strong abs, because I do heavy ass ab work, okay, to fucking explosively not just push off the ground, but just like lift my knee up. Like I said, it's just, I really want to be powerful. So if somebody doesn't want to work hard, but they want to transform their body, basically there are a couple things. Number one, yes, you're right. You can certainly do that. You can have abs without doing any ab training. You could have fucking, get lean without doing cardio. You could get lean by doing, slow, steady state cardio, whatever. That's all true. But that's not, shit I'm into. I'm basically into, train hard, identify the person you want to look like, and then train like that person. Okay? Like I said, it's like, the fact of the matter is, this is not something that, I'm alone with. Okay. I mean, recently this is like, I started transforming my body really, right before I turned 40. So it was like, maybe like 4 years ago, but recently, you don't see this anymore. You don't see people doing bodybuilding anymore, to get ready for a role. These days, nobody does bodybuilding anymore, getting ready for a role. Like when, Homeboy did Creed, when Homeboy did Southpaw, movies like this, they trained like boxers. They dieted so you could see the muscle they had, and then they trained like boxers. They did a lot of calisthenics, they did a lot of jump rope, they did a lot of bag work, mitt work, shadow boxing, they did some sparring. They trained like boxers. As a matter of fact, I think it was the guy who did Southpaw, who's like, he didn't have a whole lot of time to train. He's like, I think it was like 6 months. He's like, how do you get a year's worth of training in 6 months? Well, you train twice a day, and then you have a year's worth of training crammed into 6 months by training every day. The same thing with Creed. When that guy trained, he said the same thing. He's like, just eat your, he ate chicken and rice. Okay, once again, you can eat high carb. He ate his chicken. He's like, you just eat chicken and rice, and drink a lot of water, and work out for this amount of time over this period of time, and you're going to be in shape. And it's like, they, like I said, they don't look like, how do I do like lateral raises to look like a boxer? They're like, I need to play a boxer. Let me get my ass into a gym and train like a boxer. And then holy shit, they look like a boxer. Imagine that, So like I said, that's basically what this channel is all about, is training hard, training your mind, training your spirit, training your discipline, okay, by going through hard training. And if you keep your diet in check, okay, the hard training will transfer into your appearance, okay? Do the hard cardio, have your diet right, and you'll lean up, be very muscular. Do heavy weighted calisthenics, get stronger, have a diet that will give you what you need to grow without getting you fat, and you'll just blow up, you'll get bigger. Do a combination of hard cardio and hard lifting. You'll slowly get stronger, slowly your endurance will increase. And if your diet's right, you'll slowly get more muscular, and you'll slowly get leaner at the same time too. Okay? So that's what it all comes down to. So like I said, this is kind of like a preemptive video for the people who are, who are in the future going to ask, do I really have to do, ab training? Can I do crunches instead? Can I cut my calories instead of doing cardio? Can I just do some easy cardio instead of burpees and jump rope intervals? You can, but there's not going to be a whole lot on this channel for you. There are other channels out there for you. There's not going to be a whole lot on this channel for you if that's the kind of transformation you're going to look for. All right. See you guys in the next video. Love all the interaction in the comment section. Trying to answer all the comments, trying to answer all the emails. I'm trying to get better at that. Definitely, like I said, keep it up and let me know what questions you guys have, what you want to hear. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. All right. See you guys in the next video.